Number 1. This 1955 Chevrolet 210, currently listed at $34,985 in Mogadore, Ohio, is a classic mid-1950s American car that has been transformed into a simple yet exciting driver-focused hot rod. With its iconic Tri-5 styling and upgraded V8 drivetrain, it represents one of the most recognizable and beloved generations in Chevrolet history. The 1955 model year marked a major turning point for Chevrolet, introduced by General Motors as part of its revolutionary Tri-5 lineup, 1955 to 1957. This era brought a completely new design language, featuring cleaner lines, lower body styling, and a more modern, youthful appearance that helped redefine American cars in the post-war period. Among collectors today, the 1955 Chevrolet is considered one of the most important and influential classics ever built. This particular 210 model keeps things straightforward and performance-oriented. Under the hood is a 350 cubic inch V8 engine, one of the most widely used and trusted engines in the hot rod world. Known for its strength, affordability, and massive aftermarket support, the 350 has powered countless street machines for decades. Paired with a 4-speed manual transmission, this setup gives the driver full control over the car's power delivery. Unlike automatic cruisers, a manual transmission adds a more engaging and hands-on driving experience, making every shift part of the enjoyment. This combination is especially popular among enthusiasts who want a classic car that still feels connected and exciting on the road. The seller describes the vehicle as a good running and driving car, which suggests it is already sorted mechanically and ready to enjoy rather than requiring major restoration work. That alone makes it appealing to buyers who prefer driving over building. Visually, the 1955 Chevrolet 210 carries the clean, balanced styling that made the Tri-5 generation famous. Even without extensive customization, these cars naturally stand out thanks to their chrome accents, distinctive grille design, and perfectly proportioned body lines. The 210 trim level also offers a slightly more understated look compared to the higher-end Bel Air, which some enthusiasts actually prefer for its simplicity. In my opinion, what makes this car attractive is its honesty. It is not overbuilt with excessive modifications or complicated systems. Instead, it focuses on the essentials: a strong small-block V8, a manual transmission, and the timeless styling of a 1955 Chevrolet. That combination delivers exactly what many classic car buyers are looking for: something they can drive, enjoy, and still feel connected to without worrying about overly complex systems. Overall, this 1955 Chevrolet 210 represents a clean and straightforward Tri-5 hot rod. With its 350 V8 engine, 4-speed manual transmission, and iconic mid-1950s design, it offers a pure American driving experience that continues to make these cars highly desirable nearly 70 years after they first hit the road. Number 2. This 1933 Ford 5-window coupe, currently listed at $50,000 and located in Jaffrey, New Hampshire, is a classic pre-war American hot rod that preserves its original steel body while incorporating selective mechanical updates to improve drivability and reliability. As one of the most iconic Ford body styles ever produced, the 1933 5-window coupe remains highly desirable among collectors and street rod enthusiasts. The 1933 Ford is part of the early V8 era that helped define the hot rod movement in the United States. Its distinctive grille, sloping roofline, and compact coupe proportions have made it a long-standing favorite for both restored originals and performance builds. This example retains its authentic steel construction, including the desirable rumble seat configuration, which adds to its vintage character and collector appeal. Finished with older paint that shows checking and light blemishes, this coupe embraces a more authentic, driver-quality presentation rather than a fully restored show finish. The imperfections in the paint highlight its age and use over time, giving it a more honest and traditional hot rod appearance rather than a fully modernized aesthetic. Underneath the classic exterior, the car has been updated with a 12-volt electrical conversion, improving reliability and compatibility with modern accessories. This upgrade is a common and practical enhancement for vehicles of this era, making starting, lighting, and charging systems more dependable. Recent mechanical updates include a new clutch, new battery, and new tires, all of which contribute to improved drivability and readiness for continued use. The rear gearing has also been set to a 3.54 ratio, offering a balanced combination of acceleration and highway cruising capability. The suspension has been modified using traditional hot rod techniques, including lowered stance adjustments through shackles, D-arch springs, and inverted spring eyes. These changes give the car a lower, more aggressive profile while maintaining the original style suspension architecture. However, the vehicle retains original mechanical brakes, which is an important detail for prospective buyers. While these brakes are historically correct, they require more driver input and longer stopping distances compared to modern hydraulic or disc brake systems. This is typical of early 1930s hot rods and adds to the authentic driving experience. The car is described as having a decent interior consistent with its driver-level presentation. While not fully restored or customized, it remains functional and appropriate for a vehicle of this age and style. Additional items included with the sale are near-new bumpers and a spare tire with cover, adding value and convenience for the next owner. The presence of these components suggests that the vehicle has been maintained with care and attention to completeness. With its all-steel body, rumble seat configuration, and traditional hot rod modifications, this 1933 Ford represents a blend of originality and mild customization. It is not a heavily modernized Restomod, but rather a classic-style hot rod that stays closer to its vintage roots. In my opinion, this is a solid example of a traditional early Ford hot rod that appeals more to purists than to buyers looking for modern comfort or performance upgrades. The mechanical brakes and older paint may limit its appeal to some, but they also preserve the authenticity and character that many collectors specifically look for in a pre-war Ford. At $50,000, this coupe sits in a competitive segment of the early Ford market. Its value is largely tied to its all-steel body, rumble seat configuration, and strong historical identity as one of Ford's most iconic pre-war designs. Overall, this 1933 Ford 5-window coupe is a genuine old-school hot rod that prioritizes originality and traditional build style over modern convenience. For enthusiasts who appreciate classic Ford craftsmanship and a more authentic driving experience, this car offers a direct connection to the early roots of American hot rodding. Number 3. This 1937 Chevrolet Coupe, currently listed at $16,000, is located in Mount Joy, Pennsylvania. This classic Chevy represents one of the most recognizable pre-war coupe designs from Chevrolet's lineup, featuring the rounded body lines, long hood, and timeless proportions that made 1930s American cars so distinctive. Even today, the 1937 Chevrolet Coupe remains a favorite among hot rod builders and vintage car enthusiasts due to its strong visual character and endless customization potential. Finished as an all-metal body car, this example has been heavily modified into a long-term street rod project that has been developed over the course of more than 30 years. Rather than a factory original restoration or a high-end show build, this Chevrolet is positioned as a well-sorted driver with performance upgrades and practical modifications. Under the hood sits a small block Chevrolet V8 engine paired with a turbo 350 automatic transmission. This combination is one of the most widely used setups in the hot rod world, known for its reliability, strong performance, and ease of maintenance. It gives the car modern drivability while retaining its vintage exterior appearance. One of the most significant upgrades is the installation of a first-generation Camaro front subframe that has been welded into place. This modification dramatically improves handling, steering geometry, and ride quality compared to the original 1937 suspension system. It also makes the car far more suitable for regular driving, especially at highway speeds. The seller describes the car as a great driver rather than a show vehicle, which is an important distinction. It indicates that the focus of the build was on usability and enjoyment rather than perfect paint or high-end show finishes. As a result, The car is intended for enthusiasts who value function and driving experience over flawless cosmetic presentation. According to the listing, the vehicle has been built and modified over 3 decades, meaning it has likely evolved gradually with improvements added over time. Builds like this often reflect a hands-on, enthusiast-driven approach where reliability and drivability become the priority. The seller is also very clear about expectations, emphasizing that this is not a high-dollar show car and should not be compared to expensive $60,000 builds. Instead, it is priced accordingly for someone looking for a usable classic hot rod at an accessible entry point. In my opinion, what makes this Chevrolet interesting is its honesty. It is not pretending to be a trailer queen or a fully restored collector piece. Instead, it is a functional, road-ready classic with meaningful upgrades that make it enjoyable to drive without the fear of damaging a perfect restoration. Imagine taking this coupe out on a weekend cruise. The small block Chevy fires up with a deep rumble. The turbo 350 shifts smoothly, and the upgraded Camaro subframe keeps the car stable and predictable on the road. It is the kind of classic you can actually use without worrying about every mile. At $16,000, this 1937 Chevrolet Coupe offers a long-term street rod build with V8 power, modernized suspension geometry, and real-world drivability at a very accessible price point. This is not just a vintage Chevrolet. It is a hands-on enthusiast build designed to be driven, enjoyed, and continuously improved over time. Number 4. This 1937 Plymouth Coupe, currently listed at $23,500, is located in North Tazewell, Virginia. The 1937 Plymouth Coupe represents one of the more distinctive pre-war American designs, known for its rounded fenders, upright grille, and compact coupe proportions that have made it a popular choice for hot rod conversions over the decades. Even in its original form, this body style carries a strong visual presence, and it has become a familiar foundation for custom street builds across the United States. This particular example has been modified into a traditional style street rod. Finished in a bright yellow exterior with a red interior, it presents a bold and eye-catching color combination that immediately sets it apart from more factory-correct restorations. The aggressive styling choice reflects its custom-built nature and gives the car a strong show car personality. Under the hood sits a 355 cubic inch engine paired with a 350 automatic transmission, a classic and widely used combination in the hot rod world. The small block Chevy 355 is known for its balance of reliability and performance, offering strong street power while remaining relatively simple to maintain. Paired with the TH350 automatic, the drivetrain provides smooth, dependable operation for cruising and everyday enjoyment. This particular Plymouth Coupe, 1937 Plymouth Coupe, also includes a number of practical modifications aimed at usability. A fuel cell has been installed in the trunk, along with a relocated battery setup, both common upgrades and custom builds to improve weight distribution and safety. The vehicle is also equipped with air conditioning, although the seller notes that the compressor clutch is currently not functioning. While this is a minor mechanical issue, it is worth considering for anyone planning to use the car in warmer climates or for longer drives. Visually, the car sits on Craigar wheels, a classic choice in the hot rod community that reinforces its traditional street rod aesthetic. These wheels have long been associated with muscle cars and custom builds, adding to the vehicle's overall performance-inspired look. The seller indicates that the car has a clear title and is open to trades, though they specify no boats or motorcycles and require in-person transactions. This suggests a more direct, hands-on sale process typical of private classic car listings. Imagine this Plymouth rolling into a weekend cruise night. The yellow paint immediately draws attention, reflecting light and making the car stand out among rows of modern vehicles and other classics. The red interior adds contrast and reinforces its custom character. On the road, the small block 355 V8 provides a familiar, strong exhaust note that hot rod enthusiasts instantly recognize. The TH350 transmission keeps the driving experience simple and accessible, making the car suitable for relaxed cruising rather than complex mechanical engagement. In my opinion, this Plymouth Coupe represents a straightforward, no-frills street rod build. It doesn't rely on modern luxury features or high-end restoration details, but instead focuses on a proven drivetrain and classic hot rod formula. That simplicity can be appealing to buyers who want a driver rather than a showpiece. At an asking price of $23,500, it sits within a common range for older custom builds with V8 swaps and basic upgrades. The minor air conditioning issue is something to factor in, but overall it remains a usable and visually striking example of a traditional American hot rod. In the end, this 1937 Plymouth Coupe is a classic expression of grassroots hot rodding. Bold in appearance, simple in construction, and built for driving enjoyment rather than perfection. For enthusiasts who appreciate traditional V8 swaps and vintage coupe styling, it offers an approachable entry into the hobby. Number 5. This 1950 Chevrolet Fleetline Coupe, currently listed at $13,000, is located in Beckley, West Virginia. The Chevrolet Fleetline has always stood out among early 1950s American cars thanks to its fastback aero sedan styling, which gave it a more streamlined and modern look compared to traditional sedans of the era. Even today, the Fleetline remains a favorite among hot rod builders because of its smooth body lines and strong customization potential. This particular example has been modified from its original configuration and is now powered by a 454 cubic inch big block V8 engine paired with an automatic transmission. While not original, this drivetrain setup dramatically increases performance and gives the car a much more aggressive driving character compared to its factory powertrain. According to the seller, the car runs and drives well, making it more than just a static project. However, it is also described as not a show car, meaning there are still cosmetic and mechanical items that could be addressed by the next owner. This kind of condition is common in driver-level classics, cars that are already enjoyable but still offer room for improvement and personalization. The body is described as solid, which is an important factor for a 1950 Chevrolet. Rust-free or structurally sound Fleetlines are becoming increasingly harder to find, and a solid shell provides a strong foundation for either preservation or further customization. The seller also indicates openness to trade, particularly for a 4x4 pickup or antique truck, which suggests this is a flexible listing aimed at enthusiasts within the classic and custom vehicle community rather than a strictly fixed-price sale. In my opinion, what makes this Fleetline interesting is the balance between originality and raw power. It may not be a factory-correct restoration, but the combination of classic fastback styling and a big block 454 gives it serious street presence. Cars like this are often built for one purpose: driving enjoyment, and this one seems to fit that philosophy well. At $13,000, this 1950 Chevrolet Fleetline Coupe offers an affordable entry into the world of classic V8 powered cruisers. It may not be perfect, but it delivers strong performance potential, iconic styling, and a solid base that could be refined further over time. For someone looking for a vintage Chevrolet with muscle car power and classic post-war design, this Fleetline presents a straightforward, no-frills opportunity ready for the next chapter. Number 6. This 1933 Ford three-window street rod, currently listed at $36,000 in Plymouth, Connecticut, is a classic American hot rod that blends iconic pre-war styling with a full suite of modern performance and comfort upgrades. Built on an outlaw chassis with a steel body, it represents the kind of professionally assembled street machine that is designed to be driven and enjoyed rather than simply displayed. The 1933 Ford is one of the most legendary designs ever produced by Ford Motor Company. Its low-slung profile, slanted grille, and aggressive stance made it an instant favorite among hot rodders from the earliest days of the hobby. Even today, the three-window coupe remains one of the most desirable body styles for custom builds due to its balanced proportions and unmistakable vintage character. This particular build uses a steel body paired with an outlaw chassis, which provides a strong and purpose-built foundation for performance driving. The inclusion of a small block Chevrolet engine continues the long-standing tradition of using reliable and widely supported V8 power plants in the hot rod community. Known for their durability and strong aftermarket support, small block Chevy engines have powered countless street rods for decades. Backing the engine is a 4L60E automatic overdrive transmission, a significant upgrade over traditional manual or early automatic gearboxes. This transmission allows for smooth shifting and relaxed highway cruising thanks to its overdrive capability, making the car far more comfortable for longer drives. One of the most appealing aspects of this build is its emphasis on drivability. Modern conveniences, such as power steering and power brakes, dramatically improve control and safety compared to the original 1930s mechanical systems. These upgrades make the car much easier to handle in everyday traffic, while still maintaining its classic appearance. Comfort features are also a major highlight. The inclusion of air conditioning, power windows, tinted glass, stereo system, and a power trunk shows that this street rod was designed with usability in mind. Many traditional hot rods sacrifice comfort for style, but this build clearly aims to deliver both. The exterior maintains the unmistakable look of a 1933 Ford, one of the most recognizable silhouettes in automotive history. The steel hood and running boards preserve the traditional hot rod aesthetic, while the overall build quality suggests a well-finished and thoughtfully assembled vehicle. Inside, modern amenities continue to enhance the driving experience, making it suitable for weekend cruising, car shows, or even longer road trips. This combination of classic design and modern convenience is exactly what defines many high-quality street rods in today's market. In my opinion, what makes this car especially interesting is its balance. It is not an extreme, over-the-top show car that is difficult to use, nor is it a bare-bones project vehicle. Instead, it sits in the sweet spot between traditional hot rod styling and modern usability. The Outlaw chassis, automatic overdrive transmission, and comfort features make it approachable even for drivers who want to enjoy their classic regularly. Overall, this 1933 Ford three-window street rod represents a well-rounded and thoughtfully upgraded classic. With its steel body, small block Chevrolet power, 4L60E transmission, and full suite of modern conveniences, it delivers the timeless appeal of a pre-war Ford combined with the comfort and reliability expected from a contemporary cruiser. Number 7. This 1940 Ford Coupe Deluxe, currently listed at $55,000 and located in Bean Station, Tennessee, is a modernized street rod that blends one of Ford's most iconic pre-war coupe designs with contemporary performance and comfort upgrades. Built on a new chassis and powered by a high-output V8, this car is clearly aimed at drivers who want classic style without sacrificing modern usability. The 1940 Ford Coupe is widely regarded as one of the most beautifully proportioned American cars ever built. Its rounded fenders, integrated grille design, and flowing coupe roofline give it a timeless presence that continues to influence hot rod culture to this day. Even in modified form, the 1940 Ford retains a strong visual identity that makes it instantly recognizable on the road or at car shows. This particular build sits on a new chassis, which is a significant upgrade that improves structural rigidity, alignment, and overall handling compared to original frames. A modern chassis also allows for better integration of upgraded suspension and braking systems, making the vehicle more stable and predictable at higher speeds. Power comes from a Mustang Cobra 5.0-liter V8 engine, rated at approximately 390 horsepower. This engine is known for its strong performance, reliability, and aftermarket support. In this application, it transforms the classic Ford Coupe into a serious performance machine capable of strong acceleration and highway cruising capability. Backing the engine is a drivetrain setup designed to handle modern power levels while maintaining smooth operation. While the specific transmission is not listed, the combination of this engine and upgraded chassis suggests a build focused on drivability as much as performance. One of the most important upgrades on this vehicle is the inclusion of four-wheel disc brakes, which significantly improve stopping performance compared to original drum brake systems. This upgrade is essential for safely managing the increased horsepower in modern driving conditions. The car also features power steering and power brakes, both of which dramatically improve ease of driving. These systems reduce steering effort and enhance braking response, making the vehicle much more comfortable to operate in traffic or during longer drives. Air conditioning is also included, adding a level of comfort that is uncommon in original 1940s vehicles. This makes the coupe far more usable in hot climates and extends its appeal beyond weekend-only cruising. In my opinion, this build represents a well-balanced rest-of-mod approach. It keeps the classic 1940 Ford Coupe styling intact while integrating the kind of mechanical upgrades that make it practical for regular use. The combination of a modern chassis, 390 horsepower Cobra 5.0 engine, disc brakes, and comfort features like AC and power steering places it firmly in the category of a driver-focused hot rod rather than a purely show-oriented build. At $55,000, this coupe sits in the mid to upper range for professionally upgraded pre-war Fords. The value here is driven by the modern drivetrain, improved safety systems, and overall usability, rather than originality or restoration purity. Overall, this 1940 Ford Coupe Deluxe is a strong example of a classic American design reimagined for modern driving. It delivers vintage styling with contemporary performance, making it an appealing option for enthusiasts who want both classic looks and modern reliability in a single package. Number 8. This 1932 Ford three-window coupe, currently listed at $33,000, is located in Big Cove Tannery, Pennsylvania. The 1932 Ford Coupe is one of the most legendary silhouettes in American automotive history, often referred to as the birth of the hot rod. Its compact proportions, flowing fenders, and instantly recognizable grille have made it a permanent icon in classic car culture for nearly a century. Even today, the 32 Ford remains one of the most desired platforms for custom builds and street rods. This particular example is a fiberglass-bodied three-window coupe with a steel hood, giving it a blend of lightweight construction and traditional styling cues. It is registered and titled as a 1932 Ford Street Rod in Pennsylvania, and the seller notes that it is a turnkey vehicle that runs and drives as it should. Power comes from a tried-and-true 350 cubic inch Chevrolet V8 engine paired with a turbo 350 automatic transmission. This combination is one of the most popular setups in the hot rod world, known for its simplicity, strong aftermarket support, and reliable performance. It gives the car a smooth and dependable driving experience while maintaining classic hot rod character. The rear end is believed to be a Ford 9-inch unit, widely respected for its durability and strength, especially in high-performance street applications. Coil-over rear suspension further enhances ride quality and adjustability, helping the car maintain stability and a more modern driving feel compared to original 1930 setups. Up front, the car features a solid axle with wishbones, staying closer to traditional hot rod architecture. Combined with front disc brakes and rear drum brakes, the braking system provides a balanced setup that improves safety while still maintaining a vintage driving experience. This Ford also includes several comfort and convenience upgrades that make it more enjoyable for regular use. Features such as power windows, air conditioning, and a tilt steering wheel are not typically found in early 1930s vehicles, but they significantly enhance drivability in modern conditions. Manual steering and brakes help retain some of the classic mechanical feel. The seller describes the car as clean underneath, which is an important detail for any street rod, especially one that has been modified extensively. Clean undercarriages often indicate careful construction and long-term maintenance rather than rushed assembly. With approximately 11,129 miles reported, this coupe appears to have been driven sparingly, likely enjoyed as a weekend cruiser rather than a daily vehicle. The seller also notes ownership for 6 years, suggesting it has been maintained within a private collection or personal garage environment. In my opinion, what makes this build appealing is its balance between traditional hot rod styling and modern usability. It keeps the iconic 32 Ford look that enthusiasts love, while adding comfort features like air conditioning and power windows that make it far more practical than a period-correct restoration. Imagine taking this coupe out on a sunny weekend drive. The small block V8 produces a steady rumble, The automatic transmission shifts smoothly, and the car feels planted thanks to its coilover suspension and upgraded braking system. It is the kind of classic that invites driving rather than simply displaying. At $33,000, this 1932 Ford three-window coupe offers a fiberglass street rod build with a Chevrolet V8, modern comfort upgrades, and one of the most iconic body styles in hot rod history. This is more than just a replica of a classic Ford. It is a thoughtfully built street rod designed to be driven, enjoyed, and appreciated on the open road. Number 9. This 1935 Chevrolet Master Deluxe Coupe, currently listed at $60,000, is located in Elizabeth City, North Carolina. The mid-1930s represented a golden era of automotive styling, and Chevrolet's Master Deluxe line stands out as one of the most elegant examples of pre-war American design. With its flowing fenders, tall, upright grille, and balanced coupe proportions, the 1935 Chevrolet remains a highly desirable platform for custom hot rod builds today. This particular example has undergone a full frame-off restoration and now presents itself as a modernized street rod while still preserving its classic identity. According to the seller, the car has fewer than 5,000 miles since completion, suggesting a relatively fresh build that has already been properly sorted and enjoyed. Finished with new paint and a refined stance, the exterior showcases the timeless silhouette of the Master Deluxe Coupe while giving it a more aggressive and polished hot rod presence. The restoration appears to prioritize both visual appeal and drivability, making it suitable for shows as well as weekend cruising. Under the hood sits a GM 350 cubic inch crate engine, a widely respected choice in the hot rod community. Equipped with headers, an aluminum intake, and a Holley 650 double pumper carburetor, the setup is designed for strong street performance and reliable power delivery. The small block Chevy platform is known for its balance of affordability, durability, and easy maintenance, making it a staple in high-quality Restomod builds. Backing the engine is a drivetrain designed for strength and usability. A Ford 9-inch rear end with a custom third member provides durability and excellent power handling capability, while four-wheel disc brakes ensure confident stopping performance under a variety of driving conditions. The chassis has been upgraded with Mustang 2 front suspension, including rack and pinion steering. This is a significant improvement over the original 1930s suspension design, offering modern-like steering precision, better handling response, and improved ride comfort. Additional features include power steering, power brakes, and air conditioning, all of which greatly enhance the usability of the vehicle. These upgrades transform what was once a pre-war coupe into a comfortable and enjoyable driver that can be used in modern traffic conditions without compromise. Imagine taking this Chevrolet out on a weekend cruise. The deep rumble of the 350 V8 fills the air as the car glides smoothly along the road, its classic body drawing attention from enthusiasts and casual observers alike. At car shows, it would likely be positioned among high-end builds due to the level of investment and attention to detail involved in a full frame-off restoration. In my opinion, the seller's claim that it would cost over $75,000 to replicate this build today is not unreasonable. When factoring in the cost of a quality donor vehicle, professional restoration work, drivetrain components, suspension upgrades, paint, interior, and labor, fully completed hot rods like this often exceed their asking prices when built from scratch. At $60,000, this 1935 Chevrolet Master Deluxe Coupe sits in the upper tier of traditional hot rod offerings. However, it also reflects a turnkey package that requires no additional work, something many buyers in this market highly value. In the end, this Chevrolet represents a well-executed blend of vintage American styling and modern performance upgrades. It is a car designed not just to be admired, but to be driven and enjoyed, offering a complete hot rod experience in a single, finished package. Number 10. This 1941 Ford Coupe, currently listed at $25,000, is located in Winchester, Virginia. The 1941 Ford Coupe is one of those classic American designs that continues to age gracefully, with its rounded pre-war styling and unmistakable road presence. Even among collectors today, the 41 Ford remains a highly recognizable body style, often chosen as the foundation for both restorations and hot rod builds. This particular example has been upgraded for modern drivability while still maintaining its classic coupe appearance. Under the hood, it is powered by a 350 cubic inch crate V8 engine paired with a turbo 350 automatic transmission. This combination is one of the most common and trusted setups in the classic car world, known for its reliability, smooth performance, and ease of maintenance. According to the seller, the car runs and drives great with no issues, which immediately places it in the category of usable classics rather than long-term restoration projects. That alone makes it appealing for buyers who want something they can enjoy right away. The listing also states that the car has no rust and features paint in excellent condition. For a vehicle of this age, that is a significant selling point, as solid bodywork and quality paint often represent a large portion of a classic car's value. A rust-free pre-war Ford with presentable paint is becoming increasingly difficult to find at this price level. Inside, the interior is described as being in good condition, suggesting a clean and maintained cabin that complements the car's overall presentation. While not heavily detailed in the listing, the emphasis on condition implies that the vehicle is ready to be driven and enjoyed without immediate interior work. From a driving standpoint, the combination of a crate 350 engine and turbo 350 transmission transforms this vintage coupe into a relaxed and dependable cruiser. It retains the nostalgic look of the 1940s while offering the kind of performance and reliability expected from later model drivetrains. In my opinion, this is the kind of build that appeals to a wide range of enthusiasts. It's not a factory original restoration, and it's not an extreme custom show car either. It sits comfortably in the middle as a clean, simple, driver-focused classic. That balance is often what makes a car like this the most enjoyable ownership experience. At $25,000, this 1941 Ford Coupe offers a straightforward package: classic styling, modernized mechanics, and a rust-free body with strong presentation. With a clean title and no reported issues, it presents itself as a ready-to-drive vintage coupe that can be enjoyed immediately. For anyone looking for a dependable early 1940s Ford with V8 power and minimal compromises, this example delivers exactly that. Number 11. This 1941 Pontiac, currently listed at $24,500 in Lumberport, West Virginia, is a classic pre-war American coupe that has been upgraded into a comfortable, modernized street cruiser while still retaining its original vintage character and design. The 1941 Pontiac was produced during an important era for General Motors, when automotive styling was shifting toward longer, lower, and more streamlined designs. Pontiac models from this period are especially recognizable for their bold grille work and smooth fender lines, giving them a strong road presence that still stands out today among classic car enthusiasts. This particular example has been significantly updated for modern drivability. Under the hood is a Chevrolet 350 cubic inch V8 engine, one of the most widely used and trusted engines in the hot rod and restoration world. Known for its strength, reliability, and easy maintenance, the 350 V8 has become a go-to choice for builders who want dependable performance without sacrificing parts availability or serviceability. Power is delivered through an automatic transmission, making the car significantly easier to drive compared to its original manual configuration. This upgrade transforms the Pontiac into a relaxed cruiser suitable for both local driving and longer weekend trips. One of the most important improvements in this build is the addition of air conditioning. For a car originally designed in the early 1940s, this modern comfort feature greatly enhances usability, especially during warm weather. Combined with power steering and power brakes, the driving experience becomes far more comfortable and accessible, even for those who are not used to older classic vehicles. The inclusion of aftermarket gauges also suggests that the car has been thoughtfully updated to provide more accurate and reliable readings of engine performance. These types of upgrades are common in Restomod builds where owners want the classic look but prefer modern instrumentation for safety and peace of mind. According to the seller, the vehicle runs well and comes with receipts, which often indicates that maintenance and upgrades have been documented over time. This can be an important factor for buyers who want confidence in the quality of previous work performed on the car. In my opinion, this 1941 Pontiac represents a practical and enjoyable take on a classic American car. It is not a high-end showpiece with extreme customization, nor is it a completely original restoration. Instead, it sits in the middle as a well-equipped driver that blends vintage styling with essential modern upgrades. The combination of a proven 350 V8 engine, automatic transmission, power steering, power brakes, and air conditioning makes it a car that is clearly intended to be driven and enjoyed rather than stored away. Overall, this Pontiac offers a straightforward and appealing package. Classic early 1940s styling with reliable Chevrolet V8 power and the comfort features needed for modern road use, making it a solid choice for someone looking for a usable and enjoyable vintage cruiser. Number 12. This 1944 Tudor Deluxe sedan, currently listed at $16,500 and located in Stamford, Connecticut, is a classic pre-war Ford that stays true to its original mechanical character. Unlike heavily modified restomods, this example appears to preserve the traditional driving experience that defined Ford's early V8 era. The 1944 Tudor Deluxe is one of the most recognizable American sedans of the late 1930s and early 1940s. Its rounded body lines, integrated headlights, and refined proportions helped establish the design direction that Ford would carry into the post-war years. Even in sedan form, the model carries a strong vintage presence that remains popular among collectors and traditional hot rod enthusiasts. Finished in red with a brown interior, this Ford maintains a classic and period-appropriate color combination. While no extensive restoration details are provided, the listing describes it as being in good condition, suggesting a preserved driver-quality presentation rather than a fully restored show car. Power comes from the legendary Ford Flathead V8 engine, one of the most historically significant engines in American automotive history. The Flathead V8 helped make V8 performance accessible to everyday drivers and became a cornerstone of early hot rod culture. Known for its distinctive sound and smooth power delivery, it remains highly valued among vintage Ford enthusiasts. The engine is paired with a 3-speed manual transmission on the column, commonly referred to as 3 on the tree. This setup is fully period correct and contributes to the authentic driving experience of the era. While it requires a bit of familiarity to operate smoothly, it is an essential part of the classic Ford character. With approximately 34,075 miles reported, the vehicle appears to have relatively low usage for its age, although actual mileage on vintage vehicles is often difficult to verify precisely. Still, this figure suggests that the car has likely been driven and maintained over time rather than sitting and used for decades. In my opinion, this Ford represents a straightforward and affordable entry into the world of pre-war classics. It does not appear to feature modern upgrades or performance modifications, which may limit its appeal for some buyers, but enhances its authenticity for those seeking a traditional driving experience. At $16,500, this Tudor Deluxe sedan is positioned as an accessible vintage Ford, especially compared to heavily modified or fully restored examples that can command significantly higher prices. Its value lies primarily in its original flathead V8 drivetrain and classic pre-war Ford design. Overall, this 1944 Tudor Deluxe sedan is a simple, honest classic that emphasizes originality and traditional mechanical character. For enthusiasts who appreciate the raw, unfiltered feel of early American V8 motoring, this car offers a direct connection to Ford's foundational era of performance and design. Number 13. This 1940 Chevrolet Business Coupe, currently listed at $45,000, is located in Defiance, Ohio. The 1940 Chevrolet Business Coupe is a classic American pre-war body style that has long been a favorite among hot rod builders and vintage car collectors. Its smooth, rounded lines, long hood, and distinctive coupe proportions give it a timeless presence that still turns heads today. This particular example has been heavily upgraded into a modernized street cruiser while still retaining its classic Chevrolet identity. According to the seller, It is powered by a 350 cubic inch ZZ3 engine paired with a 700R4 automatic transmission. This combination is known for strong performance and highway-friendly overdrive gearing, making the car significantly more drivable than its original factory configuration. Power is sent through a Ford 9-inch rear end, one of the most trusted and durable rear axle setups in the hot rod world. The suspension has been upgraded with a Camaro front subframe and Fatman narrowed control arms, improving steering geometry, ride quality, and overall handling compared to the original 1940 chassis design. The build also includes a stainless steel exhaust system, power steering, and power brakes, all of which contribute to a smoother and more comfortable driving experience. These upgrades allow the car to be enjoyed in modern traffic without sacrificing the classic hot rod feel. Inside, the cabin has been updated with a new interior that blends vintage styling with modern convenience. Features such as vintage-style air conditioning and heat, power windows and door locks, tilt steering column, cruise control, and electric wipers make this coupe far more usable for long-distance driving than a traditional classic restoration. The exterior maintains its classic 1940 Chevrolet Coupe silhouette, which is widely admired for its flowing fenders and balanced proportions. American Racing 5-spoke wheels give it a subtle, performance-oriented stance without overpowering the original design. According to the seller, the car is solid, well-built, and capable of being driven anywhere. This turnkey description is important because it suggests the vehicle is not just a showpiece, but a fully functional driver that can handle regular road use. With a ZZ3 engine, overdrive transmission, upgraded suspension, and modern comfort features, this Chevrolet represents a thoughtful blend of classic styling and contemporary drivability. In my opinion, what makes this build stand out is its focus on usability. Many classic cars look impressive, but require constant attention or limited driving conditions. This one, however, is clearly built for enjoyment on the road, not just display at car shows. Imagine taking this business coupe on a long highway cruise. The V8 hums comfortably at speed thanks to the overdrive transmission. The air conditioning keeps the cabin comfortable, and the upgraded suspension keeps the ride stable and controlled. It delivers the experience of a vintage car without the usual compromises. At $45,000, this 1940 Chevrolet Business Coupe offers a fully upgraded hot rod build with modern drivability features, strong V8 performance, and classic pre-war Chevrolet styling. This is not just a restored coupe. It is a refined street machine designed to be driven, enjoyed, and appreciated on any road it travels. Number 14. This 1940 Oldsmobile 70 Series Club Coupe, currently listed at $21,500, is located in Woonsocket, Rhode Island. The 1940 Oldsmobile represents a period when American automakers were refining pre-war design language into something more elegant and streamlined. The Club Coupe body style, in particular, is known for its balanced proportions, flowing fenders, and distinct two-door profile that gives it a sporty yet refined character for its era. This example stands out because it has been preserved in a mostly original configuration, offering a more authentic vintage driving experience compared to heavily modified street rods. Finished in a deep burgundy exterior with an off-white interior, the color combination enhances its classic pre-war aesthetic while maintaining a tasteful and period-correct appearance. According to the seller, the vehicle runs on bias-ply white wall tires, which further reinforces its original style presentation. These tires not only match the period look, but also contribute to the nostalgic driving feel that enthusiasts of original classics often appreciate. Under the hood sits a refurbished 230 cubic inch inline-six engine, producing approximately 95 horsepower. While modest by modern standards, this engine is an important part of the car's historical identity. It has been tuned and maintained to run strong, with the seller noting that it does not burn oil and remains mechanically sound. The engine bay has been restored in the correct Oldsmobile green finish with matte black body panels, maintaining factory authenticity while ensuring the mechanical components remain presentable and well cared for. This particular Oldsmobile 70 Series Club Coupe, 1940 Oldsmobile Club Coupe, also benefits from a number of period-style features that enhance its originality. These include a deluxe steering wheel, heater, push-button AM radio, and electric clock, items that reflect the level of comfort and technology available in luxury vehicles of the early 1940s. The exterior condition is described as excellent, with no rot, rust, dents, or scratches. The car has been repainted in a single-stage urethane brown/maroon finish, giving it a refreshed appearance while still preserving its vintage identity. Chrome trim rings and fender skirts add to its elegant, pre-war styling, completing the period-correct look. Imagine this Oldsmobile cruising through a quiet neighborhood on a weekend morning. The sound of the inline-six is smooth and understated, perfectly matching the calm and refined personality of the car. Unlike loud modern vehicles or aggressive hot rods, this Club Coupe delivers a more relaxed and nostalgic driving experience. In my opinion, the strongest appeal of this vehicle lies in its originality. While many classic cars on the market have been heavily modified, this Oldsmobile appears to prioritize preservation and authenticity. For collectors who value historical accuracy and traditional driving feel, that approach can be far more desirable than modern performance upgrades. At $21,500, this Club Coupe sits in a reasonable range for a well-preserved, running pre-war American classic. Its appeal is less about speed or performance and more about heritage, craftsmanship, and the experience of driving a true vintage automobile. In the end, this 1940 Oldsmobile Club Coupe offers a direct connection to a bygone era of automotive design. It is a vehicle that emphasizes originality, simplicity, and timeless style, making it a strong candidate for enthusiasts who appreciate classic cars in their purest form. Number 15. This 1948 Studebaker Commander Starlight Coupe, currently listed at $1,250, is located in Three Rivers, Michigan. The Studebaker Starlight Coupe is one of the most visually distinctive American cars of the late 1940s, instantly recognizable thanks to its long, flowing rear window design that wraps dramatically around the back of the cabin. Even today, it stands out as one of the most futuristic-looking post-war coupes of its time. This particular example is being offered as a full restoration project or potential parts car, depending on the next owner's goals and resources. According to the seller, the vehicle will require significant structural work, including floor pan replacement, trunk repair, and rocker panel restoration. These are common areas of concern for vehicles of this era, especially those that have been sitting for extended periods. Despite its condition, the car is described as approximately 99% complete, which is an important detail for any restoration candidate. It retains its original engine and 3-speed manual transmission, and the engine is noted to still turn over. That alone gives this Studebaker a stronger foundation than many similarly aged project vehicles. The presence of a clean title is another valuable aspect, as it simplifies future registration and ownership transfer, something that can often become complicated with older project cars. From a collector's perspective, the Commander Starlight Coupe is highly desirable due to its unique design and relative rarity compared to more common post-war vehicles. Even in incomplete condition, these cars attract attention from builders who appreciate their distinctive styling and potential for restoration or customization. In my opinion, what makes this listing interesting is the balance between challenge and opportunity. While it clearly requires extensive body and structural work, it still offers a largely complete drivetrain and a strong visual identity. For the right enthusiast, this could be the kind of project that becomes a long-term restoration or a creative custom build with significant character. At just $1,250, this 1948 Studebaker Commander Starlight Coupe represents an affordable entry point into a rare and iconic piece of automotive history. It is not a ready-to-drive classic, but rather a blank canvas with historical value and unmistakable design appeal. For someone willing to take on a serious restoration, this Studebaker offers both challenge and potential in equal measure.